feedback from a couple of different games. Like, what does that mean for you guys? How do you guys go from good to great?
Good to great is just kind of separating like those things that will hold you back into making you a better player, and I think it's those things like extra film study, you know, and like it also goes into like outside of football, you know, like the connection you have with all the teammates you have. So the biggest thing for us is like getting connected, you know, and like fully understanding what other position groups are doing, you know, and I think that's what makes you a great player, and I think slowly we're starting to do that, and you can kind of see that out there in practice. So I think that's like the biggest thing about being good to great.
Both Dan and Tosh this year, have talked about how year 2 in the scheme, it really starts to click for a lot of people. Has that happened for you, and have you seen that happen with other players as well?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the vets, I feel like, have finally clicked onto what we're doing, you know, and like I noticed that when we're in practice, we're finally kind of lining ourselves up. We're like, oh, you know, we're calling our own things before the line matches. You know, and that's a good thing too, to help them out, so they have more things to kind of worry less about. So I think with us finally knowing the ins and outs of his defense finally, I think it's a good thing all around.
In that sense, how much does it help having a healthy Boros, a healthy Coco, a healthy Keon, which you guys didn't have last year, and just having that group kind of more whole?
Oh, it's nice just having all these guys who are walking behind me. It's really nice though. I think just having them around, you know, and out there, we finally get to create that bond. You know, I feel like it was kind of cut short. So just having them out there finally lets us kind of learn how to match with each other in a way, in a sense also. So yeah.
Taki, how did you feel about your own season last year? I mean, production was down, but a big part of that was, I mean, you were on a bad ankle for about half a year.
Right.
So how do you feel about it?
I felt like I didn't put my best foot forward, you know, coming here to this university and kind of proving what I wanted to do. So I think that's part of the reason why I came back. I felt like I have more to show, and I'm feeling a lot healthier. So hopefully I can treatment throughout the season and kind of do this spring ball and finally stay healthy for this upcoming season.
What is it like to reunite with Junior? And I know he's been a little limited so far, but like you two, I'm sure had a lot of days in practice back at East.
Yeah, it's nice, man. We're cousins, so it's kind of nice to reconnect with him. We played online together from freshman year high school all the way up to our senior year, so finally reconnecting with him was kind of nice. I got to host him. Just like, hey man, this is Oregon. Like, it's all about hard work here. Kind of just telling him as well. Like, it's a lot like East, so. That's the one thing I liked about it, just being here with him. And he's a hard worker too, so that pushes me, you know. So it's good to have a cousin who likes to talk a lot of crap, so it gets you going.
Who gets who on the one-on-one?
We haven't played each other, but we'll find out once it's healthy.
Taki over here?
Yes.
Hey, what's your favorite thing to get in your locker?
Which one?
Like your favorite article of clothing, shoes?
Oh man, the socks. Phenomenal. I love the socks, you know.
You don't like new shoes?
No, I hate new shoes. You know, I'm more of a sandals guy. You know, I just wear the same sandals, you know. Sorry.
Do you wear dirty laundry?
Sometimes if I have to.
Yeah, we know.
Thinking back to last year at this time when you were one of the new ones on the team, you were very emotional when you were just talking about how welcoming everyone was and how you felt like you already had brothers, even though you might have only known them for a couple months. Just how have you been able to welcome those new transfer portal guys into the team?
Just kind of with the same open arms that I got when I got here, you know, like Taisheem, Jordan Birch. So having those guys come in, you know, I'm just like, hey man, if you ever need anything, you know, and just kind of hanging out with them outside of football is kind of the biggest thing. I feel like that's where you kind of connected, and that's where I connected especially. So being able to like spend those days after football, you know, outside of class, like, hey man, let's all kick you, like, come to my house, let's all play Smash. That's all pretty much we do.
We gotta know, socks is the most important thing for you?
Oh no, I was just playing with it. nah, I love it. I appreciate all of it. So honestly, like anything I get is really a blessing, you know, from where I've come from. So
what does a goal line package look like with you and Coco and Keon? That's just got a lot of zero techniques and shades. At full health now, we got a lot of big guys.
I'm excited for that. I think with that, it's just a bigger bodies, you know, and we're good at getting off the rocks. So I'm kind of excited to have, like, obviously we had great players, like we had Jordan, who left to the league, Jordan Riley, my guy. But just having Bo and them there, you know, those guys, they're tone setters. So just being around that kind of helps too, just, you know. So having them there is just really nice.
What's your early impression of this new look offensive line? How do you see them kind of meshing out on that side of the ball?
Those boys are gritty. They're good. I like them. They remind me a lot They remind me a lot of last year too, you know, but a lot of different pieces there. But I like Coach Terry, man. That's a good pickup for the O-line. I think just the swagger he brings and the energy he brings, it matches those players now in the room. So it's just nice to have that little swagger going, you know, and it just the personalities of all the O-linemen, and then Terry just being who he is, you know. So I think it's going to be fun to watch them do with it. kind of live up to the standard that Alex Forsythe, Ryan Walk, and TJ Bass created here. Those guys before.
I know it's early, but what type of impact have you seen Jordan Burch be able to have on the defensive line and the pass rush as a whole for you guys?
Just the amount of moves he has, you know, coming from South Carolina. I think his bag is endless. So just the technique, the tools in the shed that he has are really helpful for us. And just having another bigger body, having a big body on the edge too is really helpful. And just being able to move him inside, you know, having him and Brandon on the edge and inside too is really nice. So those dudes can rush the passer, and I'm excited to see what they're doing.
How much of the onus do you guys feel the interior talking about? I mean, everybody wants the sacks, everybody wants that kind of production for sure, but like the glory goes to the edge guys. They get a lot of the one-on-ones and stuff. But when the whole group and the defense needs to pick up production a lot, how much do you guys on the inside feel the need to, if it's just to help out the sacks, to get the penetration, to do better than you guys are doing against the pass last year?
I think the biggest thing for us and the emphasis for us this year was kind of containing that QB and kind of closing the pocket, and I think that's just something that we struggled with, I struggled with, and kind of the front did as a whole. So I think the biggest emphasis we've had this year is kind of getting off, knowing our rush lanes, which Coach T and Coach Tosh have been talking about all summer long, and just kind of learning to rush as a unit. And I think that comes with like getting to play with different players, you know, like we didn't have all these guys in the spring, so we weren't able to truly have that long-term, you know, rush together. So like just having them back now is kind of like helping that bond and just learning that like inside, you know, like sacks usually don't come off the first person who gets to the quarterback. So that's what they keep telling us. So it's like, all right, if we just do our job, you know, we might get a sack here and there.
More. Are there any new guys, young guys who kind of impressed you so far?
New guys. I'm blanking. I think LJ, Michael, and I think Vito, I think those guys in our room, man, they're picking it up. They're starting to learn the playbooks, you know, and I think they're going to be pretty good. They're going to be pretty good guys here. Who else? Cole, Yee, baby Yee, that's Cole Martin's son, Cole Martin Jr. I think he's making some noise. Who else? Honestly, I'm just going to talk about the defense, so I don't want to. Yeah, so there you go.
Last question?
Okay,